You know, I saw the closing 6 months ago, and then I was stupid enough to show up for this one. Here I am.
But I think you're going to do great because, I mean, he set the bar pretty low, don't you think? Is that in your press pitch, Scott? Just Scott Abel.
I'm afraid I'm going to be asked to give a sermon.
What's that?
I'm afraid I'm going to be asked to give a sermon.
Well, you got to spin the wheel and see. We got a sermon, so we'll take the thing that we already have done off the wheel, so it'll go down to the last couple at the very end.
Oh, hell,
so we're not going to see another sexual harassment seminar, unfortunately. So let's spin the wheel, see what we do. You did it with your mind. Wow. Telekinesis.
It's totally going to be
Dating seminar, first contact. No, it's not going to be sermon based on that. It's going to be a little closer to your wheelhouse, I think. All right. Startup pitch. So here you go. That's forward, that's backward, that's the laser pointer.
Does it work? Like, does it kill people?
It does. Yes. Just like the kitty cat.
Come a little closer.
No, I don't. So here's the thing about startup pitch. We need the name of an app that does not exist, but should.
There's no such thing.
Doc Lobster.
Doc Lobster. Excellent.
Anything else?
Dog or Doc? Doc.
All right, I think that's all we've heard. No one can top Doc Lobster, apparently. You guys are tuckered out at the end of this thing.
Laundromat finder.
What's that?
Laundromat finder.
I'm not taking anything from you, Scott. So, laundromat finder. Doc Lobster it is? Or do we add? All right, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Doc Lobster.
So it's wonderful to be here at this Venture Capital Conference, and I am so excited to meet all of you as one of only 2 women out of 500 presenting this afternoon. I look forward to telling you about our new app, Doc Lobster. As you may know, I was originally from Maine, and now I'm here. And I get a blank slide, because my assistant, who's in the back end, is getting fired immediately. Out, shoot, okay? Blank slides are not okay. And I am going to have a conversation with you about that. Now, our original plan was to refer to it as toilet elephant, but the focus groups didn't like that. It didn't test well, we weren't happy, and so we decided that we would do better if we moved forward with something that was aspirational. Who among you does not want to be a doctor and yet was not motivated enough to go to medical school? Who among you doesn't like to eat lobster? Okay, you're allergic, never mind you. Our app is not for you. We are finally targeted at this demographic of people who are frustrated doctors, think they could be better than the doctors, think they are smarter than their doctors, and have some small problems with rosacea when they get hot. So when we did our original brainstorming work, and we thought carefully about how we were going to do this and what this app was going to look like, we brought in Bettina here. Now, Bettina, some of you know her. She's been in the back, but she's now wearing clothes. Bettina was our Post-it operator. Now, in our first round of funding, which came from some people you may have heard of, there was Mark Andreessen, there was Sequoia, and I don't know why I'm here at the second-tier conference with all these VCs I've never heard of. Anyway, when they funded us, we had so much money that we could bring in a Post-it note operator. And her job was to sit there and let us apply Post-it notes to her. I really wish that I'd attended Scott's seminar before we did this, because the reason that we're back here asking for more funding is perhaps somewhat related to Bettina. So, how did we go about building this, and what did it look like? Basically, what we had was a situation where we really wanted to invest in the app, and we wanted to make sure that it would work, and it would work for you, and you would give us all your money. And then we would make tons of money, and you, the VCs, would get your money back, and I would ride off into the sunset. Unfortunately, it turned out that, writing apps is freaking hard. And it kind of sucks, and I can't code for shit. So, what we decided to do was that we would go after the pitch and go after the money in the way that we need to, by appealing to your finer instincts, if you will. So we spent most of our time, you know, this sort of initial short meetings. We know you have a short attention span. I'm sorry. It's only a 5-minute pitch. Really, you can do it. Put your phones down. Okay? We spent the first, I don't know, week, month, year, working on this app, and we built out the sort of overall interface, which basically, so I have not actually told you what Doc Lobster does. I should tell you that. So, I told you about the aspirational medical thing, and I told you about the lobster thing, and I told you about the main thing. So at that point, it should be fairly obvious what this thing does, right? But for those of you that, you know, you're VCs, but I guess you inherited your money, you didn't get it, you weren't that smart, whatever. So what Doc Lobster allows you to do is bring up your phone, display red, and then bring up a fake business card that says that you're a doctor. And we believe that this is going to rule the world. So most of the time here, and I apologize for leaving out the red on the slide. I'm really sorry. It's our corporate color for fairly obvious reasons. But in this case, we decided to go with the extra special and very rare blue lobster color. So we spent most of our time working on the blue part, and then we moved over to the gray part, and we spent a good bit of time on that. And if you look at this carefully, you'll notice that the pie chart does not, in fact, add up. How many of you had already noticed this? You are not real VCs. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Real VCs would not have noticed that. They're too dumb. So, there's my red dot. You see it? That is our color. That is what we went with. And that Pong machine is what we used for inspiration. When we got into a really difficult problem within the organization, we had so much trouble figuring out what we were going to do and how we were going to solve these problems. So we went to the Pong machine, and we were able to really release those endorphins and get those stress levels down without resulting to the previous substances that we have been using, which again is another reason I'm here today asking for your money. So our ask at this point is that we would like you to take 10% of the company, and we believe that we have a current valuation of $10 billion. We have 100,000 people that have considered downloading it, and since most of them are aspirational doctors, we feel that the value per user is in fact quite high. So, come and see me after the show if you are a fake doctor. Yes, George, can I help you?
Questions? What does P-O-N-G mean?
We are not taking questions today. But thank you for asking.
Please, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful. Wow. Really shut you down, sir.